leaders from the dais, and my dear comrades. Now our conference is into its final moments. I don't want to take much of your time and I don't want to make an empty speech. In the last 5 days, we have a threadbare discussion on the situation prevailing in our country and how can we move forward. On the basis of our analysis of the conditions and on the basis of our understanding of our organization, we have arrived at some conclusions. This conference has given a clarion call to intensify our political activity, and this conference has also assigned us an important organizational task. I would like to explain some of the important future activities we have decided to take up. Now our country is facing unprecedented corruption, and the DYFI CEC, newly elected CEC, feel that one of the first and foremost tasks of our organization is to unleash nationwide campaign and struggle against corruption and the policies which breed corruption. So, at the same time, the UPA government at the center is moving ahead with anti-people policies without any regard for the concerns of people. Just day before yesterday, we had witnessed record hike in the prices of diesel. And yesterday, yet another anti-people decision was cleared by the Union Cabinet. That is their decision to allow FDI in retail trade. As rightly pointed out by our resolution on unemployment, this move to allow FDI in retail will further worsen our employment situation and it will increase unemployment in our country. So, this conference gives a call to resist these neoliberal policies, anti-people policies. So, the immediate task of this conference is to organize countrywide protests against FDI in retail trade and also against fuel price hikes. So I hope the comrades will carry out this call and comrades will mobilize young people against these anti-people policies. Comrades, 9th October is a martyrdom day of the great revolutionary M.B.Rajesh.M.P. And our dais is adorned with a picture of Comrade M.B.Rajesh.M.P. So the newly elected CEC calls upon the young people, calls upon the units of DYFI to observe Che Guevara's martyrdom day on 9th October as an anti-imperialist day. Secondly, 3rd November is the foundation day of DYFI and 7th November is the day of Great October Revolution. So, the DYFI calls upon its members and its unit to observe 3rd November to 7th November, a week against corruption and anti-people policies. These are some of the immediate future programs we have decided to take up, and apart from this conference has set out some important political and organizational tasks. Comrades, we are working under difficult conditions, especially in states like West Bengal. We are facing unprecedented attacks and onslaughts. Aggressive designs by ruling classes and governments and reactionary forces are being faced by our comrades. But the legacy of this DYFI is that Whenever there is attack and onslaught against DYFI, we will not succumb to these attacks and these onslaughts. We will fight back and we will fight it out. That is the tradition and that is the legacy of DYFI. DYFI carry forward the legacy of legendary revolutionary comrade Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh shouted the slogan of Inqilab Zindabad on the gallows of British imperialism. That is the legacy of DYFI. The tradition of DYFI is the tradition of great revolutionaries like Udham Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Sukhdev, Rajguru, and the great tradition of Kuthubaramba Vatiyas. When Kuthubaramba police fired and 5 of our beloved comrades lost their lives, you should remember that nobody received their bullet injuries on their back, but all the bullet injuries were on their chest and their forehead. That means that when the police fired, when the ruling classes attacked us, our comrades never retreat, never withdraw, but they will marching forward, braving bullets and lathis and violence. That is the history and that is the legacy of DYFI. So comrades, this is the time. We are going back to our villages, we are going back to our respective states from this conference with a pledge to carry forward this great tradition and glorious legacy of DYFI. Comrades, we are going back to battlefields. We are going back to carry forward these tasks, political and organizational tasks set out by our conference, and the coming days is of course the days of intensified struggles and agitations. Comrades, there is no shortcuts to build our movement, but to fight, but to intensify our struggles. There is a saying that politics is an art of possibilities, but DYFI believes that politics is not merely an art of possibilities, politics is an art of making impossible things possible. That is the real meaning of politics. So comrades, let us carry out the political and organizational task set out by the historic mind All India Conference, and let us pledge that we will march forward, braving all challenges and all atrocities and all oppressive and subversive machines unleashed by ruling classes. With these words, I would like to greet all of you and I conclude. Thank you very much.
Now song, please.